Hi everyone. So I'm going to tackle about planning, implementing, and evaluating, understanding the connection. Discussant is yours truly. The lesson 5.3. The desired learning outcomes. First, analyze the relationship between planning and implementing in curriculum development. Explain the connection of curriculum implementation and evaluation. Discuss the interrelatedness of curriculum evaluation and curriculum planning. And lastly, interpret the overall relationships of planning, implementing, and evaluating in curriculum development. Does curriculum development end with evaluation? Yes, according to some model presented by Hilda Taba and Ralph Tyler. However, since curriculum development is a continuous process, it can also be viewed like a pie. Planning, implementing, and evaluating is a cyclical process, which means that after evaluating, the process of planning starts again. The evaluation cycle, the connection. We have planning, implementing, and evaluating. Planning, implementing, and assessing are three processes in curriculum development that are taken separately but are connected to each other. The cycle continues as each embedded in a dynamic change that happens in curriculum development. Key idea: planning is an initial in curriculum development. Planning is an initial process in curriculum development. It includes determining the needs through an assessment. Needs would include those of the learners, the teachers, the community, and the society as these relate to curriculum. After the needs have been identified, the intended outcomes are set. Intended outcomes should be SMART, specific, measurable, attainable with result, and within the frame of time. Intended outcomes should be doable, achievable, and desired. After establishing these, then a curricularist should find out in planning the ways of achieving the desired outcomes. These are ways and means and the strategies to achieve outcomes. Together with the methods and strategies are the identification of support materials. All of these should be written and should include the means of evaluation. An example of a curriculum plan is a lesson plan. It is a written document. Many planners would say, a good plan is half of the work done. So, in the curriculum development, a well-written plan ensures a successful implementation. The end product of planning is a written document. Some output of curriculum planning are lesson plans, unit plan, syllabus, course design, modules, books, instructional guides, or even a new science curriculum plan. Key idea: implementation continues after planning. What should be implemented? The planned curriculum which was written should be implemented. It has to be put into action or used by a curriculum implementer, who is the teacher. Curriculum plans should not remain as a written document. It will become useless. A curriculum planner can also be a curriculum implementer. In fact, a curriculum planner who implements the curriculum must have a full grasp of what is to be done. This is an important role of the teacher. With a well-written curriculum plan, a teacher can execute this with the help of instructional materials, equipment, resource materials, and enough time. The curriculum implementer must also see to it that the plan which serves as a guide is executed correctly. The skills and the ability of the teacher to impact and guide learning are necessary in the curriculum implementation. It is necessary that the end in view or the intended outcomes will be achieved in the implementation. Key idea: evaluation follows implementation. The focus of this chapter is evaluation after planning and implementation was done. It is very necessary to find out at this point if the planned or written curriculum was implemented successfully and the desired learning outcomes were achieved. Curriculum evaluation as a big idea may follow evaluation models which can be used for programs and projects. This model discussed in the previous lesson guide that the process and the corresponding tools that will be used to measure outcomes. However, when we use for assessment of learning, which is also evaluation, more attention is given to levels of assessment for the levels of learning outcomes as defined by the Department of Education. The use of the description for the proficiency the learner is described by the qualified values of the weighted test scores and the interval scale. Key idea. What has been planned should be implemented and what has been implemented should be evaluated. Finally, the PI. The cyclical flow of the three processes in the curriculum development is very easy to remember and follow. As a curricularist, these guiding ideas clarify our understanding that one cannot assess what was not taught nor implement what was not planned. Plan, then implement, then evaluate, and the next cycle begins. And that's the end of my report. Thank you for listening.